Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're gonna start a new chapter in class ninth chemistry, which is acids, bases and salts. Introduction to acids and bases. Here are the properties of acids and bases. Acids are sour in taste while bases are bitter. When acids are put onto the blue litmus, they turn red while bases have no effect at all. When acids are put on the red litmus, they have no effect but the bases turn blue. Acids are corrosive on skin and so are bases. Acid conducts electricity in its aqueous form and base also conducts electricity in its aqueous form. The pH scale of acids is less than 7, which means 1 to 6, and the base pH scale is greater than 7, which means 8 to 14. Acids are rough and normal in touch, while bases are slippery. Common acids and their uses. Hydrochloric acid. It is used for the cleaning of metals, bricks and removing scales from boilers. Nitric acid is used for the manufacture of fertilizers and explosives. Sulfuric acid is used for the manufacturing of many chemicals like drugs, dyes, paints and explosives, and phosphoric acid is used for the manufacturing of fertilizers and is an acidulant for food. Here are some common bases and their uses. Sodium hydroxide. It is used in the making of soap and as drain cleaner. Potassium hydroxide is used for making liquid soaps and shaving creams. Calcium hydroxide is used for making mortar, plasters and cement. And magnesium hydroxide is used as an antacid and a laxative. Talk about the Arrhenius concept of acids and bases taken from the class 9th chemistry book, Federal Board National Book Foundation. So let's start. The definition of acid according to Svante Arrhenius. According to Arrhenius theory, an acid is a substance that ionizes in water to produce H positive ions, also known as protons. The definition of a base, according to Arrhenius. According to Arrhenius theory, a base is a substance that ionizes in water to produce OH negative ions or hydroxide ions. Here are some examples of acids. Hydrochloric acid, which is in the form of a gas, combines with hydrogen, which is in the aqueous state. And as you can see, we have an H plus ion that is being produced. This is an example of an acid. Then we have nitric acid, which is HNO3. This is in the form of a reactant, but when it is converted to its product, it gets separated and its covalent bond gets broken. So this means that nitric acid produces an H positive ion and NO3 negative ion. So this is also an example of an acid. Here sulfuric acid is another example. Then we have phosphoric acid and it is another example of an acid. Now let's move on to the bases. As you can see, we have sodium hydroxide in the form of a solid. When it reacts and breaks down its covalent bond, it produces an Na plus ion and an OH negative ion. When we have a substance that mixes with water, which means H2O, and it produces an OH negative ion, then it means that it is a base. Another example is of potassium hydroxide. As you can see, when potassium hydroxide was in the form of a solid and it was mixed and dissolved, which meant that it had ionized in the H2O, then its covalent bond had broken and instead of a solid, it turned to the aqueous state. It produced a K plus ion and as well as a OH negative ion, which is a hydroxide ion. So this means that when a substance ionizes in water to produce an hydroxide ion, then it is a base, while an acid is a substance that ionizes in water to produce a proton ion or a H positive ion. Here are the limitations of Arrhenius theory. This theory applies only to aqueous solutions. It does not explain the acids like NO2 and CO2 etc., which do not possess H positive ions, and it does not also explain the bases like NH3, which do not possess OH negative ions. So basically, Svante Arrhenius was a Swedish scientist, and he proposed the theory of acids and bases in 1880s or 1870s. He said that an acid and a base is a substance which will ionize in water to produce an H positive ion and an OH negative ion. While this theory is correct, this theory applies only to the aqueous solutions and it does not explain the acids like NO2, CO2, etc. And NO2 and CO2 are also a type of acid, but they do not possess H positive ions. So does this mean they aren't acids? No. This is a limitation of our Arrhenius theory. That is why we're gonna talk about the next theory in our second lecture, which is gonna be of Bronsted and Lowry. A Bronsted and Lowry concept of acids and bases. The definition of acid according to Bronsted and Lowry. Any substance that can donate a proton, which is an H positive ion, is called an acid, and any substance that can accept a proton is called a base. Now here is the first example. We have hydrochloric acid and it's being combined with H2O, which means water. After that, it has been producing an H3O positive ion. This basically means that hydrogen gained a positive ion or a proton. Here, hydrochloric acid is an acid. Why? Because it had donated an H positive ion to the water molecule, and here H2O will be a base because it has accepted a proton from hydrochloric acid. We have another example of NH3 combining with H2O, and it is producing this type of reactant. Now, how will we know if this is a base or an acid? You can see that NH3 is a base. Why? Because it has accepted an H positive ion from H2O. That is why NH3 has been converted to NH4. So this means NH3 is a base, while the H2O is an acid because it had donated its proton to NH3. Now we have another example of hydrochloric acid being combined with NH3. So how will we know if this element is an acid or this element is a base? Here hydrochloric acid is an acid because it donated its proton to NH3, so it could become NH4. And NH3 is a base because it accepts a proton from hydrochloric acid. Now a point to note is that Bronsted and Lowry acids are also known as Arrhenius acids, but the Bronsted and Lowry bases are not Arrhenius bases except OH negative, which is hydroxide.